Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Take a good look, folks. Take a good look at this beauty. With its imitation chrome. And its neat handle. Art Deco styling throughout. Its funky two-pronged plug system. And cute little wheels that don't actually work. Yes, get a good look, folks, at this marvel of 20th century American engineering. Made by none other than the world-renowned, famous, luxurious company known as Practical Electronics Products, Inc. from New York City. U.S. Patent D1200371. Do not immerse in water. So I picked up this vintage beauty at a thrift shop a couple days ago for $5 and tax. I didn't know what it was, but it had the vintage two-prong plug system, and it came with an old plug itself, which is cool because I have a bunch of other electronic appliances, like a fan and a heater, that I could use with this plug. So I snatched it for $5. I said, why not? For the cord alone, the vintage cord, it's worth it for $5. But I wasn't sure what this is, but then I looked on the bottom, as I showed you, and it says, do not immerse in water. So I assumed it's probably some sort of electric thermos heater. You put, here's the inside. You can store liquid in there. And I'm assuming it's for tea or hot chocolate or something. You put it in there, you put the lid on, you heat it, and it boils something you want really hot. Now, this looks good as you're seeing it, but it does have some problems. Obviously, haven't cleaned it immensely. It's a little scrubbing. Try to get some of the sticker off, which there's still some stickery part there, sticky, I couldn't get off. So, and there's some rust spots, a little dings there. I tried scrubbing them off. It didn't come off. Not the biggest deal. And obviously, there's a hole, a little dent. This was probably where a spout was or some sort of opening. So you could close it to keep the heat in or open it to get steam out. I don't think it just would have been a hole. Maybe it was just a hole, but I don't think so. It's a little dented, so I think something was there that got pulled off at some point. So it's not perfect, but it's still cool for $5. It's mostly complete. And it came with the cord, which is awesome. So I'm going to try this bad boy out. I am going to plug it in. And we're going to boil some water and make some tea. Because, yeah, tea, it's pretty cool. So I filled it with water. I'm going to put the plug on. Come on. One-handed. There we go. And I will plug it in. Basic plug, not a three-prong, two-prong, because safety wasn't the biggest deal back then. And now we're going to let it heat up, and we play the waiting game. I'll put the lid on here. Yes. Now this is probably from the 40s or 50s, maybe early 60s. I'm not exactly sure when they stopped using this two-prong plug system, but I have a vintage universal, or well, antique at this point, universal heater from the early 20s that uses the same plug system. So, it probably ranged from the 20s all the way up to 50s, 60s, I'm not sure. But, I know I've seen 70s appliances, vintage, things, heaters and things that don't have this kind of, that just have plugs that are built in. So, at some point between the 50s and 60s, they stopped using this. I don't know when. Yeah. Oh, and the tea I am going to be using is English breakfast, because something as classy and elegant as this, as shiny and chrome, must be used by the best of British tea. I don't know if this is the best, but it's English breakfast, 100% pure black tea. Well, it's not boiling yet, but the water is... Ooh, ow, the bottom of that is hot. I just brushed into that. That's really hot. Well, the water is not boiling, but it's still pretty hot. So I'm going to put the tea in. Yeah. Yes, in with the tea, yes. Okay, so for this classy English breakfast, we have a nice English teacup. This is Spode, the Blue Room Collection. That's right. Classic British pottery, China style. Staffordshire styling or whatever. Like I said, it doesn't have a spout on it or anything, so it's going to be difficult for me to pour this. I don't want to burn myself here. Oh, yes, you can see the smoke there. Yes. Still some in there. Now, the one complaint I do have with this thermos, electric thermos, if that's what you want to call it, I guess that's what it is. The one problem I have with it is it's been about 4 or 5 minutes, and it's still very hot, and it's still burning hot. I mean, you have to wait probably half an hour before you can even put this thing away, or even have this thing near paper or cloth or whatever. I don't know if it'd be safe to put this straight on a kitchen table. I don't know. It might catch the wood on fire. It might catch the tablecloth on fire. I'm not sure, but it's still... Ow, God. Whew. Very hot. So, not the safest, which is probably why they don't make them like this anymore. If they do, they make them as insulative as possible so they don't burn anybody when they touch them. I guess back then you just have to have common sense. Don't touch that part. But even then, just bumping against it or knocking it over onto somebody, you're screwed because that's burning hot. Ah, what a nice cup of tea. Expertly cooked by that wondrous vintage thermos. Perfect for a cool September evening. And if you liked this video and you want to see me review more old stuff, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, share with your grandparents, post on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of that stuff. Make me famous and throw thousands of dollars my way so I can buy more junk and review them for you and do more stupid stuff like I usually do for you, the true fans who have made it to the end of this video, surprisingly. Ah, that's hot. It's too hot. Well, thanks for watching. Delicious tea, even if it is too hot.